Where did we go wrong, my dudes? We've been saying that about SMI for years, but fuck. How long shall we keep perpetuating this until it becomes an actual wake-up call? Where time with Bristol Dirt has just ended yesterday. Well, both for trucks and for Cup, but he wasn't at the truck race. Fuck, man. Can someone please explain to me why you would want to completely mutilate fan-favorite tracks? We wanted just a repay for Atlanta, not to make it a bootleg for Daytona and Talladega. We just wanted Bristol to just, I don't know, have that same sort of banking and resemblance to the old Bristol, not the dirt. Just, what kind of myopic view does SMI have to just completely borderline butcher their tracks like that in cold blood and continue to sweep this bullshit under the rug? This is just fake fucking garbage, and it's absolutely deplorable. And now, because of that finish, we're gonna think this is the best fucking stock car finish in the history of the entire planet, and now Bristol Dirt is gonna continue to exist unless if it shares the same fate as fucking Kentucky. This is just the most fucking repugnant disaster that anyone ever has to see, both on both on TV and in person. Jeez, this is like the third consecutive year that Mother Nature has botched the Bristol spring race. Like, I don't even remember Pocono being this constantly rained on and drenched. Like, I think you need to switch places with Sonoma and Bristol first race, because has it ever dawned on anybody at all that Sonoma is perhaps just a little bit too fucking humid for its fellow Californians in June? You're in literally the freaking desert climate. Why do we still race at Sonoma in the summer? But I digress. My review of the race, well, the race was A-okay, except when it wasn't. A lot of people are gonna say, oh, but you're just getting your excitement, you're getting your awesome racing, you're still complaining. Listen, if you try to give us so much candy, almost as if it's fucking Halloween, every single fucking day, give us chocolate Easter bunnies every single fucking day, you're gonna get fat, diabetic, and complacent. This is the state of so many SMI tracks. And it's actually insane that I'm saying stuff that has been said for years and continues to, in result, end up with bad consequences. Like, can someone please explain to me why they can't just go to a track that has actual dirt instead of overlaying metric fuck tons of dirt on an already asphalt made track, on a track that's already enough of a fan favorite to the vast majority of the NASCAR fan base? I don't know if this was just another reason to try to Michael Bay the shit out of their tracks that didn't need any kind of freaking style over substance or eye candy matters, but this is just bullshit. There's barely any lead changes, and the only any kind of passing we see is when people do desperate things, ending up like a 2006 Talladega finish or 2020 Bristol finish. Well, okay, we'll go that far because there wasn't any teammate tangles this race, so I don't think I'll go that far. Better comparison would be the likes of like 2018 Charlotte Roval, or what's another good example? 2006 Charlotte, when Matt Kenseth wrecked him. Not Matt Kenseth, Carl Edwards wrecked himself. And then one caution later, Dave Blaney goes on to win the race, and Matt Kenseth spins out in the final corner in the, at the time, Busch race. But of course, we're all going to be constantly calling this the best NASCAR finish in world history because A, two drivers wrecked in the final turns, and of course, asshole Mick Cuntface won the race. Jesus fucking Christ. So much for my glorious 2021 of Hendrick Motorsports and two exceptionally good people outside of Hendrick Motorsports winning in front of me. Eric Almirola and Martin Truex Jr., the only Gibbs driver that I like. And now, here I am back to square one, just like in 2017, after I saw Jimmy's last win. It's always, fucking always, the peak moments that I free fall right back down into the chasm of absolute atrocious luck. Chase Briscoe, you should have just tapped on the brakes and then maybe even accelerate further on the low lane to try and get around Tyler Reddick if you really thought you had that gut instinct to uppercut Tyler Reddick. We could have had our first time winner this year. But no, this is the second time. Second time. I can't stress enough. Second time. Tyler Reddick got his chances of his first win completely botched. And if you guys know me, I'm not even a Tyler Reddick fan at all. And I have nothing but absolute pity and remorse that this bullshit happened to him. And I know I'm not mad at Chase Briscoe. This shit happens all the time. The racing adrenaline rush and absolute greed for a race win gets to everyone's heads all the time to the point where they make bad judgment calls. And wouldn't you know, the person that whinged about Alex Bowman backing into a win backed into a win. Almost as if you're actively projecting yourself onto him. Just like your fuck buddy in the 11 from last year at Martinsville. It's what you Gibbs clowns as well as your cesspool of a fan base is best at anyway. So, yeah. Fuck me. I saw fucking Kyle Busch win another race. I am just so felicitous to see that. Fuck Bristol dirt. Let's just see what Talladega has to offer. Hopefully not Mother Nature again.
Yeah, man. I was that fucking close to seeing a second consecutive first-time winner, just like I saw Cindric get his first win at the 500. If you guys want to watch those videos on my channel, go watch them if you like.
Oh, and you saw Christopher Bell win last year too, his first win.
Yeah, which I saw at the Daytona Road Course, which Chase Elliott won. Either way, as I've said so many times.
This is like the 15th race that Chase got, 15th since Road America, 15th like potential race victory that he could have had on the trophy shelf, but then got slipped away because of, well, tropical weather and confusing pick calls where you're just locked in a bubble, don't know what the fuck to do. Fuck. I don't think I should blame Alan Gustafson for this because rain just always leaves you in very puzzling situations like this.
It's like, why does Bristol have to run third? Like, for fuck's sake.
And it looks like my stories, I see Jimmy Jones win championship, then it's right back down as far back as 2015 where it's always the Gibbs show. Then I see Jimmy's last win, then it's right back down to the Gibbs show again. I see Kyle Larson win his first championship, then right back down to the Gibbs show yet a fucking again. It's like a broken tape recorder is what I'm living through. And It's just... It's disgraceful, really. And if you guys have been paying a slither of attention to my channel, I've been very disappointed by the vast majority of the short track racing. And it's a shame that William Byron has not yet won a single goddamn exceptional race so far. Atlanta was an absolutely lame bootleg of Daytona and Talladega. Martinsville was just completely tedious and mundane and borderline anticlimactic for Martinsville standards. The only exciting thing or a ounce of action at all was that late race caution that I guess was shaping it up to be one of those controversial green white checkered finishes until Byron was luckily able to hold him off and then thus preventing a 2012 Martinsville repeat. Do I have to even mention that Ryan Newman and Clint Boyer debacle towards the top two Hendrick dogs of that era? Fuck you, David Runeman, for staying out 10 years ago. You could call this me dwelling in the past, but then again, just like Kyle Busch himself, just like NASCAR themselves, just like any other dipshit on the racetrack, some things just never ever change. And it's quite staggering to see how much things do not change. The more things change, the more they stay the same. How could anyone just like that piece of shit in the 18? How could anyone even have any ounce of gratitude? I just hate this myopic mentality that just because you're supposedly being unbiased in a very forceful manner or a very insipid way, it means you're very rational. No. I don't think you have to respect someone's win or have to respect someone's dog shit and deplorable attitude by default. I don't think just because it's in the past doesn't mean it's irrelevant. If that dipshit is continuously perpetuating his insufferably dogshit behavior.
And even had the nerve to say that about Alex Bowman and say a win's a win no matter what, and even had the nerve to say I'm like Dale Earnhardt Sr. Like, that comparison is by default fucking bullshit.
Oh, can you remind me of the time where Dale Sr., I mean, sure, he was very egotistical in some of his days, but can you show me one source where he would stoop to the lower series to the extent of what Kyle Busch did? Because even if you did, that's just you grasping at straws. Because if you even look at his stats, he's not even close to the amount of numbers Kyle Busch was in the Xfinity Series as far back as his debut year at Joe Gibbs Racing.
Hell, and he never said don't like it, don't watch it after being a dickhead.
He even thought it was a double-edged sword of when he dumped Terry Labonte. And besides, it's not like he didn't pay for his comeuppance at Pocono in 2000.
He knew he had it coming.
And he would always joke around by saying he was just giving Jeremy Mayfield number one. Dale Earnhardt Sr. was a fun villain. Kyle Busch is nothing more than a bunch of thumbtacks in the asses of many people who share this basic common sense that we have about him.
Hell, he could have dumped on Jeff Gordon in 1999 for his second Daytona 500 win, but he didn't. He chose to be very smart and race him delicately. Meanwhile, Kyle Busch, on the other hand, just has to dump him for no reason, even for second place of all positions.
It is quite the Scooby-Doo mystery of why Adam Stevens just decided to call it quits on that scumbag. It's quite the Where's Wally and Scooby-Doo game. Huh? Huh? Yeah. Totally not mysterious at all. Nope. Not at all.
Adam Stevens himself, he had enough of him.
So yeah, Kyle Busch sycophants, SMI, go fuck yourselves. But with all this said and done, what can we do to ameliorate this absolute atrocious disaster that makes us want to do nothing but shove hot iron up our ass? What can we do to ameliorate a disaster that makes us want to shove hot nails up our eye sockets? Well, Hoover, you want to tell them where we're going now?
Well, we are going to the Pigeon Forge part of the Tennessee, which we are in right now. We're going to be going to NASCAR Speed Park and maybe get some food at either Quaker Steak and Lube, Big Daddy's Pizzeria, or Bennett's Barbecue, because I hear the food, thanks to Thrash Maniac 99, says they have some good food. Well, we've been to Quaker Steak and Lube before, but the other two, we haven't yet.
Well,
so let's get it. Well, maybe we should. Maybe this will help us get the fuck over it.
I would say let's go do it. Let's do it.
Let's have some good old fun here in the Pigeon Forge part of Tennessee.
Instead of moping around about things that are broken and aren't ever bothered to be fixed, let's see what we can do to divert to things that are actually working.
Exactly.
All right, NASCAR Speed Park, here we go.